So I think it's time basically for a new paradigm about the way we think about what we're doing now with water and wastewater, our infrastructure. So one of my favorite expressions, if something is not working, do something different, anything different. And continued activity that leads to a negative outcome is the definition of insanity. If we continue to bang our heads against the wall without anything different happening, we need to change what we're doing, right? So I'm asking everybody here within this part of Georgia is to say, what are the individual and collective actions that we can do to change the way we're thinking about stuff? Some of the statistics, I mean, we finally made the connection between food and water. Those of us that love barbecue, and I'll raise my hands here. I know Don likes to do the same thing, too. He's got some cows in his pasture. It takes 1,857 gallons of water to grain feed 1 pound steak, right? Interesting number. So it's a lot of water if we're going to provide a pound of grain-fed beef for everybody in the country. Can we carry on? Energy and water is the other big connection. We heard Don talk about that, but we've begun to pay attention to it. And if you look here in the United States, the average amount of electricity used in a home, 11,000 kilowatts of hour, translates into that amount of water, on average, it takes to generate that electricity. In the U.S., this is USGS numbers, it takes a huge, unbelievable amount of water to generate that electricity. So we've got to pay attention to it. Don mentioned it again. This is really important in efficiency. The scientific journal Science gave us these statistics here. And if you look at that list of things, there's only 2 technologies out there that don't use water to generate electricity. What do we do next? Can we carry on burning coal? Georgia has one of the largest coal-fired power plants in the country. And I'm sure they don't want to give up coal. And in fact, we probably cannot give it up. But we need, this is an amazing number, we're going to need another 9.4 trillion gallons of water per year in 20 years, 16% increase just to handle population growth and electricity demands. Where's it coming from? You ration water like Los Angeles? They have a fixed, this is how much water you get. Now that makes sense for Los Angeles because they're in a desert actually. Most people forget that the reason it's green there is because they diverted the water from the rest of the state. We sell it to the highest bidder. If you got money, you get the water. Move the state line. He's got a solution. Can we learn from other cities? Do other countries have something to teach us? Are all the solutions, are we counting on them all right here in our own state? Is there some solutions out there that other folks have gotten? Well, I have different statistics here than Katie did for Atlanta. This is in liters, so it looks worse than it really is, I suppose. But I looked at the European community, and I want to point out something here that 2 of those countries, Switzerland and Luxembourg, both have higher per capita incomes than we do here on average in the United States, certainly a lot higher than Georgia. How come those guys are using less water? Now we can say, well, the folks at the bottom of that pile probably don't even have bathrooms. But Switzerland certainly does, and so does Luxembourg. They get more money than we do per capita every year in their income. How come they're using less water?